Good evening and welcome, everybody. My name is Connie Rose, and I am an independent quantum living advocate with Solex. I'm going to share my screen so that you guys can see our presentation here. Okay, can everybody see my screen? Because I had somebody tell me once that they couldn't see it. So can you see my screen? This is Solex. Great. Thank you, Wendy. Okay. I really appreciate you guys spending your time with me tonight because, it's a busy week. Everybody's busy, got lots of things you could be doing, and that you are spending your time here with me. I appreciate that. Um, we are going to talk tonight about frequencies, and specifically, I'm going to start by sharing some history and science around frequencies and frequency wellness. Then I'm going to share with you about a very special company that is really transforming the face of frequency wellness. And finally, I'm going to share how you guys can be part of this movement too. So, and I have to just tell you, I'm thrilled and honored that I get to be the one sharing this information with you. This is very near and dear to my heart. When I first heard about this company, it was 4.5 years ago. I was actually in a wheelchair, believe it or not. And this is the technology that had me go from a wheelchair to, like, I've been working out at the gym for the last 3.5 years, building my muscles and releasing weight and being empowered and all the things. So this company literally saved my life. So I'm really glad to be the one that gets to share this with you. So what is frequency wellness? It really is using frequencies because at the root of everything is a frequency. So it is literally, it's the frequencies that will support the health of our body, heart, mind, and soul. It is the cutting edge of healing modalities. So energy healing is actually one of the very oldest practices in the world today. They've documented since before 4000 BC healers, because they've understood that our health greatly depends on the quality of energy that flows through and makes up our body. I know in the East, they believe that the root of all dis-ease is literally a lack of energy. So we're going to talk about some science behind this. So Nobel Prize winner Dr. Albert St. George says, in every culture and in every medical tradition before ours, healing was accomplished by moving energy. Science has verified this through years of research and discoveries. So back in 1918, Max Planck, who was a German physicist, was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics and became known as the father of quantum theory. When studying atoms, he found that matter really actually isn't even solid. Instead, it's made up of a force that makes tiny particles and atoms vibrate, and they hold them together. It's kind of like their own little tiny solar system. And in 1921, Albert Einstein was then awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics for his vital role in the development of quantum physics, the study of the smallest unit of energy. Most people did not believe his conclusion that energy is all there is until about a decade later. So this is one of my favorite Einstein quotes. Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality that you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy. This is physics. American inventor Nikola Tesla, who is a pioneer in electrical energy, said if you could eliminate certain outside frequencies that interfered with our bodies, we would have a greater resistance toward disease. We're going to hear more about that. So here is Tesla many years later, after many discoveries and inventions under his belt, letting us know if you want to know the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So there are many devices available that are frequency generating machines. So a very common one that you may have heard is the Rife machine. And it was created by Dr. Royal Rife in 1920. Dr. Rife found that every disease has a frequency. He also found that certain frequencies can prevent the development of disease and that others would actually destroy the disease. Substances of higher frequency will destroy diseases of lower frequency. You could think of disease, or I like to say dis-ease, as misinformation, a disharmony. The body has received an error of information and has moved away from its perfect blueprint frequency. Rife successfully treated 1,000 patients diagnosed with incurable cancer in the 1930s. And for that, he was honored with 14 awards and an honorary doctorate. So take note, Dr. Rife's impact was in correcting issues for an already diagnosed disease. Let me ask you a question. What if there was a way to correct or even prevent a physical diagnosis? Wouldn't you prefer to prevent anything from manifesting in the first place in the physical to begin with? I know I would. So let's just stay tuned. A few years later, in 1939, Semyon Kirlian, who was a Russian electrical technician, discovered what is now known as Kirlian photography, using pulsed high voltage frequencies to take pictures of the radiating energy fields that surround all living things. Everything found in, on, under, and above the universe has its own unique energy vibration. In the 1940s, Dr. Harold Saxon Burr, who is a medical researcher at Yale, determined that the pathology could be detected in the energy field of the body long before symptoms began to emerge physically. We now know that the body is 40 to 60% involved in the disease when a symptom starts to occur in the physical body. Dr. Burr proposed that diseases could be prevented by adjusting or manipulating the energy field of the person. So you're going to want to stay with me because that's exactly what we do with our frequency wellness software. So the results of a 1940s research study done by Oxford biophysicist C.W.F. McClare found that energy signals are, get this, 100 times more efficient and infinitely faster than physical chemical signaling. So now you're beginning to see the power of frequencies. Can you imagine 100 times more efficient and faster? So then in 1956, Japanese scientists did groundbreaking research that proved beyond a doubt that we are both electric and magnetic in our body. We have both forces. We have the magnetic energy and electric energy in our body. By exposing the body to pulsing electromagnetic fields, they created electrical changes on a cellular level and actually altered the cell metabolism. Scientific studies have confirmed that the human body is controlled and regulated by a quantum energy field. We are electromagnetic beings with frequency patterns throughout our energy field. This field has resonance reactions and self-correcting capacities. Each cell in the body operates at a certain vibrational frequency. Together, these frequencies form an energy pattern unique to each individual, which I call your frequency blueprint. Some people call it your biosphere or your biofield. In scripture, it says that we're made in his image. However, you know what? Throughout all this time, no one has ever been able to tell me what that specifically meant. Like I hear, like we're made in his image. Yes, that's wonderful. But what really does that mean? Well, now science has identified the perfect frequency for each part of our frequency blueprint. I like to call that perfect energy field blueprint the divine frequency blueprint. Now that makes sense to me. We're made in his image, which is perfection. Now they know what that actually means and looks like. It's actually a frequency. So think of your frequency blueprint as your personal distinctive thumbprint or address. In the universe, every human thought, emotion, action has a certain vibrational energy pattern. viruses, bacteria, fungus, parasites, disease, all also have resonant energy patterns. Our cells network together. There's communication between our cells. It networks together to keep our body in harmony. Stress, however, produces erratic vibrations that lead to disharmony, followed by injury and disease. The body's very first indication that all is not well is vibration or electromagnetic signals. Back in 1964, a SQUID, which stands for Superconducting Quantum Interference Device, was invented by the scientists at the Ford Research Labs. Using this device, scientists have learned that all of the tissues and organs of the body produce specific magnetic vibrations and biomagnetic fields. It has been determined that the biomagnetic field in the space around the body gives a more accurate reading of the patient's health than traditional electric measurements like the EEG and the EKG. Western medicine acknowledges and accepts the existence of this electromagnetic field without reservation, but for many years has only measured the electrical component of it. The EKG, which measures the electrical impulses of the heart, was first used in 1895. And the EEG, which measures the electrical activity of the brain, was first used in 1924. So you might be asking, like, they've known about this for a while. Why are we just now hearing some of this? So since 1913, what is now termed the traditional Western approach to medicine changed when the focus shifted to the external cause of a disease and dramatic intervention and symptom suppression. Also, the development of the pharmaceutical industry has greatly influenced the shift of the Western medicine paradigm from treating the root cause of diseases and disorders and viewing the body as a holistic perspective. Now they shifted to a strong focus on only medicating symptoms. And even though Americans only make up 5% of the world's population, guess what? We consume 65% of the world's pharmaceutical drugs. We take in more drugs than the whole world, the rest of the whole world combined. Big Pharma spends 19 times more money on advertising than it does on their research. Let that thing sink in for a minute. 19 times more on advertising than on their research. I wonder, what are you thinking about that? With this influence in what has become a multi-billion-dollar industry, the true traditional approach to healing became alternative, and more natural modalities of healing, such as biofeedback, were unfairly portrayed as unscientific or new age and like filled with people you can't trust. So today, mainstream science and Western medicine once again are starting to begin to acknowledge the existence of energy meridians used by the ancient Chinese medical doctors for thousands of years. Scientific research continues to confirm that we are beings of energy as technology continues to advance. Scientists and doctors are realizing the importance of keeping the body in the state of balance or homeostasis. The latest scientific and medical research proves how healthy you are is directly related to how balanced your energy field is. So the role of frequency wellness today. So frequency wellness software uses non-invasive technology to scan and then harmonize the body's energy. Applications include stress reduction, disease prevention, and health optimization, as well as neural growth, like in the brain, neural patterns. Frequency wellness technology, which scans and harmonizes energy imbalances, has evolved into a widely recognized practice with applications in medical and therapeutic settings, promoting health and well-being by adjusting the energy patterns in the field. Bruce Lipton is a cell biologist who wrote a book called Biology of Belief. I highly recommend it. I think you would enjoy it. He is considered the father of epigenetics. When asked by a sound vibration practitioner how effective he believes frequency is, he responded, frequency intervention on a cell is 100 times more effective than chemical intervention. Didn't we hear that earlier? Said it a little bit different way. But here's why. When you take a pill, your body has to process it. Medicine is frequency, and because everything is a frequency. So when you have to exert all that energy to process this thing as it gets converted inside the body, digested, and then synthesized by the liver, then it has to be excreted. So like time-wise and effectiveness-wise, it's not a very efficient process. Plus, you get side effects from medication. With frequency, it is instantaneous receipt of the frequency as it hits the vagus nerve in your ear and travels directly to the brain. It can go to work without anything else getting in the way. The AO scan by Solex is the latest in biofeedback technology. It detects thousands of energetic aberrations, which means a state or condition markedly different than the norm. The difference between the AO scan technology and other biofeedback devices is that most only measure the resistance, and it's just offering a one-way assessment. It's just reading what's there. The AO scan technology actually evaluates and then optimizes the entire energy body. It has been designed to identify and relieve those stress patterns, which are the underlying causes of disease and disorders. The AO scan technology facilitates healing through energetic intervention using biofeedback or bioresonance to stimulate the body's own healing mechanisms. The body's the miracle. The software is cool. The body's the miracle. The AO scan technology relies on 40 plus years of research conducted in the field of bioenergetics and bioresponse. Now, let me put this in layman's terms and show you what I mean, what I just said. So this is at the core of what the AO scan software does. So first it will read your frequency blueprint. So that's like, let's say it's reading mine. Okay. Then it compares. So they remember how they measured those divine frequencies. So like, let's say this is the divine blueprint, total perfection. And here's my blueprint over here. So the software then analyzes, okay, where is Connie not in balance? And it knows which custom frequencies to send to me to pull my field into balance with that divine frequency field. So that's the basis of what our software does. So it analyzes your frequency blueprint, compares it to that divine, and then sends the frequencies that you need specifically to you. There's other devices out there. Nobody on the market does what we do. We call it optimization. It optimizes those frequencies and pulling you, because when you are in alignment, every cell of your body has that picture of that divine blueprint. So it already knows what to do. The body really is the miracle. So this wraps up part one. I just wanted to share the first part to show you that our technology is built on solidly on the law of physics. So in part two, I'm going to guide you through the 9 modules in our frequency wellness software. And I'm sure you're curious about what our software can do for you and your loved ones. So let's dive in. The AO scan by Solex. This is a very special company. Like I said earlier, like they really did save my life. So Lauren Swinson is our founder and CEO. It's this gentleman over here to the right. He is our CEO and founder. Next to him is Shelby and Kai Larson. Kai is our president, and Shelby is our vice president of field development. Yes, they have the same last name. Yes, they are married. They're wonderful people. And it really is the cutting edge science in this field for sure. They are strongly committed to integrity and quality. They even have a chemistry lab where they compare the frequency results to the chemistry results to make sure that all of our results are in integrity. It's really quite incredible. So you might be wondering, like, how did Lauren get into this? He and his wife actually adopted a little boy that had cerebral palsy back in the 80s, late 70s, early 80s. And, you know, the medical world has no answer for cerebral palsy, like any kind of a cure, right? So he and his wife, this is, you know, before the internet. And so he and his wife literally traveled the world in search for ways to improve their son's life and his quality of life. And that's where he started finding frequency-based solutions. In 1988, you can see on the left, he developed, this is called the theta chamber. It looks similar, but a little different now. It's evolved over since 1988. This is the technology that actually rewired his son's brain and eliminated the symptoms of cerebral palsy. Like he has no signs of cerebral palsy. Pretty amazing. Then in 2008, he developed a digital body scan at a trade show and acquired the rights to bring it to the United States. In 2012, he developed the first AO scan. It was a $38,000 device, mostly used by wellness practitioners, holistic doctors, chiropractors. And his heart was saying the whole world needs this technology, and who can afford $38,000? So he hired these brilliant engineers, and they actually rewrote all of the software, and that's what we have now, the AO scan. So literally on any device, computer, internet, that has the internet, it's like a computer, a tablet, or a phone even, you can run our software. It's pretty amazing. So what is the AO scan technology? It is the first and only frequency wellness app that optimizes the body, balances the emotion, and reprograms the mind so you could live not only longer, but live younger longer. And it's less than $5 a day. It's also an educational tool that helps you learn about your body's performance and at the same time implements the correction of those imbalances. So the AO scan technology is based on the scientists that we had talked about, like Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, Raymond Rife, Marie Curie, and many others that were united in their belief that everything at the most fundamental level is energy. So what can it do for you? So I know you're remembering the first part of this presentation and wondering, what can the AO scan do for me and my family? Well, I'm going to tell you, it is the ultimate preventative health device that balances your entire biofield. I can't remember the last time I've been sick because I am continually scanning and optimizing my physical body, emotional, mental, spiritual, my whole biofield. So when disease comes in, it actually comes in the spiritual field first. And if it's not addressed and optimized, it goes into the mental field. And if it's not addressed and optimized, it goes into the emotional field. And if it's not addressed and optimized, guess what? That's when the symptoms show up. So it hangs out in our biofield until we address it somehow, some way. And then when this ease leaves the body, it leaves the same way. It leaves the physical and goes into the emotional. Then it goes into the mental and spiritual until it's totally out of your biofield. So it's pretty interesting. Also, you get reports from the software. You can conduct scans with people in person. Over the phone. I mostly work with Zoom. I worked with somebody just even this afternoon. She had some pain in her body, and we were able to eliminate the pain in her body over Zoom. It's amazing. You could have as many profiles in there as you can, as you want, and so it's for you and your whole entire family. It is safe, non-invasive. I think it's very affordable at $5 a day. There's nothing I spend every day that does more for me for less money, and very comprehensive. So what can the AO scan all address? Well, first of all, we have over 171,000 biofrequencies in our device, and it'll do a full scan. We call it the easy scan in about 6 minutes. 6 minutes. It'll scan your blood biology, your food sensitivities. Wouldn't you want to know like which foods you should avoid for the day? Body systems, all parts of every system in your body. What about the toxicities? I mean, we are continually being bombarded with the toxicities in the food we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe. We could go on and on and on. It'll scan and optimize your organs, your chakras, your meridians, viruses that may be in the body to get those frequency, like get those out of my field, right? Hormones. That's something I'm dealing with at age 53. Your chemistry panel. We are used to go getting a blood work done with a chemistry panel, but they just report back to us. They don't optimize anything. This is like light years ahead. Your minerals in your body, which the minerals are actually what helps the electricity go back and forth between cell communication. So it identifies what's going on, then it optimizes and harmonizes your body. So there's 9 modules currently. Now, I got to be a beta tester back in 2020. And this was before there was even a name of a company. We didn't even have a company phone number or a website or anything. And I will tell you, so right now it's $149, less than $5 a day. When I was a beta tester, we had about half of what we have currently, and I paid $199, and they actually lowered it to $149 when they launched in 2021, and they promised us it'll never ever go up. And I'm going to tell you, they continue expanding and expanding and expanding. They rarely go more than several months in a row, and they're updating something and expanding. So that's why I say there's 9 modules currently. We have our quick scan, easy scan, inner voice scan, vital scan, body system scan, comprehensive scan, multi-scan, Cephi, and the AO Mind Sync. So I'm going to briefly go through some of these with you. So the quick scan technology performs morning, midday, and evening scans. As part of the scan process, you could scan in supplements and therapies, and utilized in your morning, midday, and evening routine. So you could actually upload those supplements to see what your body actually needs. This is one of the first things that I did. And we were spending in my household about $600 a month on supplements. Like I said, I was in a wheelchair. I was not doing very well. My 18-year-old son tragically had a massive heart attack about 6 months before I found the software, and it destroyed my body and my heart. Honestly, I was not doing well at all. And my dear friend, Julie, rest in peace, Julie, called me and said, I know you're not doing well. And I wasn't. And she said, I think this software can help you. And it literally saved my life. And so one of the first things, so we were spending a lot of money on different kinds of therapies that were not working, supplements. And, we are taught to use supplements every day, but guess what? Our bodies don't always need those supplements every day. So you could literally put your supplements into the software. It'll read the frequencies of them. And then the software will say, okay, Connie, you only need these supplements today. So I saved more than like I said, it was $199 at the time. I saved more than the $199 just on supplement savings alone. Now I know that might not be where you are at today. I just want you to know that that is a feature that we have. So I have I know I'm not taking things into my body that my body doesn't require. And so then that's less wear and tear on my liver and, my whole system that has to metabolize all that. And of course, then it's saving me money too. So that's part of our quick scan. So you can also perform custom scans on almost anything, as well as pet scans. We don't want to leave our little fur babies out. The quick scan process uses a sound harmonizing technique that generates an audio frequency. So the results provide a frequency recording that balances your current emotional state, as well as color suggestions and musical tones to create a homeostatic state. The color suggestions indicate which shade of light wave optical glasses would be best for your emotional state in that moment. Quick scan also has energetic frequencies for clearing and shielding your whole biofield so that you return to having balance and energy. It also has an EMF shield, which is a big deal these days. Like we literally can protect all of us, everybody in your family, your home, everybody that enters your home from those EMF frequencies by sending the frequencies to your home. Because you could also put in addition to having pets and you could put your house in there, any object or space you could use the software with. So clearing allows you to eliminate negative vibrations from your surroundings. Shielding protects you from any negative vibrations or negative energy. In addition, we offer these 3-minute boost sessions to optimize your energetic state for different categories, such as supercharger, when you need more energy, focus, relax, grounding. And yes, I mean grounding, like putting your feet on the ground. We have the frequency for that because everything's a frequency, remember? Neuro aerobics, that is that brain, so that the left and right hemisphere, front, back, top, bottom of the brain are all communicating to each other. So these morning, midday, and evening scans and the additional scan features are designed. They could be performed every day. Next is, so every morning I wake up and I clear my biofield, and then I shield my biofield. Then I ground, start the day off right. Then the next thing I do is this easy scan. So the easy scan is the most convenient and simple way to perform 3 different scans in one. It's the inner voice scan, vital scan, and comprehensive scan with associated optimizations, and it takes about 6 minutes. So I'm going to go into all of those 3 different categories in a second. They just put it together. They really have this section done so that you can pull from the 3 biggest categories and do it all in one place. Also, when the results show up on this particular scan, it's just the things that are still out of balance. So that practitioners, when there's literally like, I think there's like 33,000 things that are scanned in this particular scan. That's a lot of data to read. So you don't need to read everything. You just want to know what's still out. What do we still need to work on? So I always tell people, like, you're going to see red results because green's in balance and red is out of balance. This only shows the red. So just know that people will see these results and they're thinking, oh my gosh, I got 50 things in red. Well, 50 things in red is not so bad when you consider it scanned 33,000 things. So I just want to tell you guys that, because when people get started and they see all that red, they're like, oh my gosh, this is bad. And I'm like, no, it's good. It's a very small number. And you could track it and see, like Troy on here, she has scanned me before. And she's like, gosh, Connie, like your numbers are pretty good. And I said, yeah, because I've been doing this for 4.5 years. So there's this cumulative effect. And then your body remembers to hold the frequencies. It is amazing software. So let me go into the different parts of the scan. So again, the easy scan has 3 different scans in one. So the inner voice is the first one. Do you think that you could beat a lie detector test? Well, think again, because your voice will always tell the truth, whether you want it to or not. So did you know that your thoughts and your emotions are imprinted on your vocal cords? So no amount of masking your voice can change that. Our inner voice scan is derived from the same technology as a lie detector test, and it analyzes over 24,000 frequencies. The inner voice program helps harmonize your emotional state by improving moods, concentration, creativity, and emotional intelligence. Many people also report sleeping better, as well as a decrease in stress and even a decrease in pain. This program, you record a 10-second snippet of your voice, and it isolates and analyzes the imbalances in your emotional state that present themselves through your vocal cords. The inner voice report will display 3 notes that are excessively out of balance, and that is that addresses the conscious mind. Also, it'll see what those are the highest. The 3 highest are the conscious mind. Then it'll also listen for what is excessively out of balance on the low end. That is what's going in the unconscious mind. So those 4 audios will be sent, and then they send another audio. So you actually get 5 that you could listen to the frequencies from those first 4 all in one audio at once. So these therapeutic songs called balancing harmonics will then play. These tones are unique specifically to you and address your specific custom needs. These music files incorporate radionics, binaural beats, and other frequencies to support the balance of your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. So I think it's best to listen to these first thing in the morning and right before you go to bed. Or you can listen to it throughout the day when you need a pick-me-up or you just want to get back into emotional balance. I also use this part of the technology to release over 100 pounds because I was an emotional eater. And so anytime I would get hungry, instead of eating, the deal I made with myself is, okay, Connie, is this a physical hunger or an emotional hunger? I would listen to my inner voice music. I would give myself 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes, I could listen to all those frequencies. And then I would drink 2 glasses of water. And of course, I imprint my little frequencies in there too, because we have weight loss frequencies. So I imprint my water, drink my water, listen to my music. I give myself 5 minutes. And I'm going to tell you 90+% of the time, all of the emotional craving goes away. So then I don't eat any of it. Now, I will tell you, if it doesn't go away, I give myself permission to have it. I've done what I needed to do. And so instead of eating like the whole chocolate bar, most of the time I just have like a piece of it because it really does address the underlying concerns. It's brilliant. The next module I want to talk to you guys about is our vital scan. And the vital scan analyzes the energetic state of your blood biology to identify which areas are out of balance. And then again, it sends those optimizing frequencies to reset the oscillation of the areas that need help. The information obtained from the scan includes reports of before and after optimization of areas like heavy metals, mold and human toxicities, food and environmental sensitivities, nutritional analysis of macro and micro minerals and vitamins, bacteria, viruses, fungi, parasites, a full CBC panel, hormone panel, chakras, meridians, gastrointestinal functions, immune functions, detoxification panels, cardiovascular and cerebrovascular areas, and more. This module of the AO scan technology performs a complete scan of over 800 blueprint frequencies associated with each bodily function and performs this analysis in about a minute. This specific scan is a concise snapshot of blueprint frequencies in relationship to the frequencies being produced by the blood, organs, glands, and systems of the body. It's a lot, and it takes like a minute. The comprehensive scan performs a detailed analysis of the frequencies from over 130 organs, cells, bones, and chromosomes in your body. I call this like it's the hardware of the body. It's the things you can touch. It is, like I said, it's down to the chromosomes. So the comprehensive scan provides a graphical report that displays variances from homeostasis ranging from 1 to 9. So between 1 and 9, the middle number is 5. So if it's below 5, 1 to 4, that represents underactive or hypo functioning frequencies that are chronic. It means like they've been out of balance for a little while. And again, 5 is that optimal stage of the blueprint balance. So anything over 5, like 6 to 9, that represents overactive or hyperfunctioning frequencies that are acute, which is more recent. This is also where inflammation shows up. Frequency optimization will pick anything up that's out of range and then generate those canceling frequencies that'll help bring balance to your organs or systems to achieve that complete state of homeostasis. This mode of technology offers a comprehensive library of information that is consistently being updated on a regular basis. Amazing. Next, we have multi-scan. Boy, has this been a huge time saver for me. So we can now scan and optimize a group of up to 16 people at once. It runs the vital scan and then optimizes each person individually, but it's at the same time. And then it runs the comprehensive scan based on what shows up in the vital scan, and then it optimizes those frequencies. It's totally custom for each person, and you can even email reports separately. Pets are coming soon. Next, we have the body system scan. It performs a complete and thorough scan of hundreds of blueprint frequencies associated with the 13 body systems. Plus, we also have a hormone panel and a chemistry panel, and performs optimizing analysis in each area. This scan complements the results provided in the vitals and comprehensive plan scan to specifically highlight body systems that need support. The scan generates a 29-page data report that includes a specific analysis of each body system. The systems included are urinary, chromosomes, human cell and mitochondria, circulation, connective tissue, digestion, endocrine, lymphatic, musculoskeletal, nervous, respiratory, sensory nervous, integumentary, that's skin, hormones, and chemistry. Next, we have Cepheid. Cepheid is one of the shining stars of our AO scan technology. Cepheid stands for Subtle Energy Frequency Imprinter. And this technology is designed to capture frequencies, amplify them, and then imprint frequencies that can be either broadcasted through the quantum field to an individual anywhere in the world, or they could be imprinted into an object. We could even scan multiple categories to see what our body actually needs at any given moment. We have a document with over, I think it's 54 pages now, listing the frequencies in this category alone. 54 pages, just imagine. Including quantum reach, quantum affirmations, chakras, essential oils, quantum frequencies in the body, Bach and Bush flower essences, homeopathic remedies. We have all the homeopathic remedies, no-sodes, cell salts, minerals, detoxing frequencies, and last but not least, we have Cepheid dots, which I call quantum acupuncture, because you could actually imprint these frequencies into this little bitty like sticker, a holographic sticker, place it on an acupoint, and then those frequencies continue to inform your body, and they continue, like they stay on, right? And so instead of having a needle in an acupoint, you have a little sticker, and it feeds that information into your whole biofield. So we can also create custom playlists with up to 15 frequencies to address specific issues. So, and if that's not enough, we also have an erase feature, which is, again, the beginning, one of my favorites, which allows us to erase frequencies that are not supposed to be there. So one way I use this erase feature is I erase my jewelry or my water before I imprint the frequencies that I want. I also use it to erase pain from my body, because guess what? Everything's a frequency. Pain is a frequency. It is not supposed to be there. It's not part of that original design. So it can be erased. We also have an imprint feature allowing us to scan the frequency of something and then imprint it into another substance, like typically water, like sugar, homeopathic pellets, or jewelry. I often tell people that the only limit to this technology is our imagination. Also in Cepheid, we have the ability to broadcast up to 5 custom frequency playlists up to 16 people at one time. Again, huge, huge time saver. One of the things I didn't mention earlier is I am also a neuro-linguistic programming, which is NLP for short, a master coach and trainer. So my company is called Own Your Life, and I help people get what they want and out of their life. And we address, it's the science of the unconscious mind. Well, a year and a half ago, we added this another module that just blows my mind, and it's called MindSync. So MindSync is an affirmation programming tool delivering your own custom affirmations in your own voice through binaural engineering. I'm telling you, this is like the ultimate biohack to quickly reprogram the unconscious mind. So you can pair it with inner voice, which activates then that brain and heart coherence. And I'm just here to tell you, if you haven't heard about brain heart coherence, you can look up the Heart Math Institute. The brain heart coherence is one of the most powerful states you can be in. So just imagine what your life will look like when you eliminate those limiting beliefs and replace them with the beliefs that you want that will serve your current goals. Powerful. Wendy, oh no, I'm sorry, this is our Solex blog. So we have a Solex blog at solexglobal.com that goes through all the things that we talked about and more. It has actually all of our products listed there, both our nutritional products and our other technology products, which we're going to be talking about next. I just wanted to make sure you guys had that resource. It's solexglobal.com. So one of the things that we also have that came into our company just in September is high frequency food. So what exactly is high frequency food? So in addition to offering our incredible quantum frequency comprehensive software, Solex has introduced high frequency food to the market to support your wellness journey. Solex, I'm going to tell you, they will only bring products to the market. They have a couple of criteria. They have to be a major improvement over what's currently being offered, and they have to be priced more affordably. So what is high frequency food? It's food that has a living frequency of over 500 hertz. Every Solex high frequency product is electrically charged, enabling higher vibrational energy. It's raw, alive, and active whole food, harvested fresh and sourced from the very best places on earth. A high frequency food keeps the body in harmony. So I'm going to briefly go through some of our high frequency food, our most popular. This is called the AO Core Bundle. So to the left, we have AO Youth. It is our age-defying high frequency food. So there are 3 major causes of aging. And this product is the only clinically designed nano age-defying complex with there's 28 collagen peptides and electrolytes and this health span fusion complex, all of this essential branch chain amino acids, and they impact those three major causes of aging. So it will decrease the ages, which are advanced glycation end product. It will boost NAD plus production, which is it's critical for it's a metabolite that generates energy. So it boosts that production, and it increases. So the third thing that causes aging is decrease collagen production. So this will increase the collagen production throughout your body for a longer health span. And by the way, it was awarded the Master Chef's Best Tasting Award. I was taking collagen before and electrolytes before, and now it's in one product, and it is delicious. Next, we have the AO Biome, which is our human biome high frequency food. So one of the things I learned, I thought we just had one biome, like our digestive biome. No, we have 6. Did you know we have 6? We have 6 major biomes that make up our total human biome. Here they are: digestive, urobiome, respiratory biome, our skin has its own biome, ocular biome, our eyes, and our reproductive biome. So our understanding of the link between the human microbiome and disease, including cardiometabolic function, irritable bowel issues, joint health, mental health, it's rapidly expanding. Like we're seeing this connection, right? Microbiome diversity is linked to healthy aging and increased longevity. So our high frequency diverse microbiome formula targets the whole human microbiome to help you protect your body and those you love. Our AO Biome is the first and only clinically designed product with pre, pro, and post biotics, healthy fungi, and bacteriophages, which are the healthy viruses that help restore microbial diversity and balance for optimal microbiome health and metabolic wellness on all 6 levels. Next, we have AOzymes, which is our enzymatic solution, high frequency food. So did you know that as we age, we lose the ability to produce enzymes that break down food? And our busy lifestyle leads to the growth of unhealthy bacteria. The result is our metabolism struggles to convert food into energy, making it difficulty to stay young and lean. So our AOzymes is the first and only clinically designed high-frequency product with the right cocktail of enzymes, bile extract, and cofactors that help break down proteins, carbohydrates, and fats, and other difficult-to-digest foods, which accelerate metabolic function. It supports healthy digestion and metabolism, decreases digestive issues, supports gut barrier integrity, and improves skin health, respiratory and immune systems, and a healthy inflammation response. And as a secondary benefit, it supports wound healing, inflammation responses, joint pain, and scar tissue. Amazing. The last product in this core is called our AO Gut. It is our heart, digestive, and immunity high-frequency food. So did you know that 1 in 3 adults have cardiometabolic syndrome? I'm going to talk a little bit about that. It significantly increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, diabetes, imbalanced cortisol levels, blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar, and other health issues, including adrenal fatigue. Less than 10% of our population get 5 fruits and vegetables a day. This is a $252.2 billion problem. AO Gut is the first and only high-frequency, clinically developed product formulated with cardiometabolic support, cortisol balancing actives, digestive health, and immune boosting nutrients. It provides 5 to 7 servings of veggies for total metabolic wellness. This was also awarded the Master Chef Best Tasting Award. And personally, I combine with water, the youth and the gut together and shake it up in a shaker bottle and drink it. It's delicious. And I'm going to tell you, it's like my digestive system is just humming along. It's made a huge difference. And I will tell you, when I started this, I released about 10 pounds the first month. And so we have unmatched metabolic success. This shows our AO gut product compared to other weight loss products in the market. Quantum frequency tools. So last year, Solex responded to the demand in the market for higher quality quantum frequency tools and introduced our Infinity line. This was actually introduced in 2023. So here is some of our Infinity line of products. We have our Illuminator and 660 band, which is our red light therapy, two of our red light therapy programs, products. We have our Infinity PEMF mat, and you can see that we have the beautiful chakra stones in that as well. We have our Infinity terahertz wand, our Infinity radio frequency foot detox here. So some of you might have seen foot detoxes that require water. It works through radio frequency, and so you just put your feet right in here, and there's no water at all. And then we also have the Infinity Rain negative ion generator. Now, recently they just released another red light therapy product that has red light, 3 different levels of red, or it has red light, blue light, green light, and it also has infrared light, and it's called our AO mask. And so it's for our face, our neck, and then there's another piece for our chest area, but you can use it anywhere in the body, which is incredible. I need to put a picture of our AO mask on here. It's currently on back order. Everybody rushed to order it when it first came out. Now, I will tell you what I'm going to share with you next, I think, is the biggest announcement that Solex has ever made. And this was announced last September at our annual in-person convention. So I talked to you a little bit about the theta chamber back in 1988. Here's Lauren back then. And in 2012, we had our AO scan. Now, Lauren was able to take this $38,000 device and convert it into our AO scan software that runs on the internet, right? Well, he wanted to know, how can we take this $80,000 device here, this theta chamber, and do the same kind of thing? Because literally, like I said, this healed his son's brain of, oh my goodness, cerebral palsy. His name is Michael. So what came out in September of last year is the Infinity Hub. I literally cried when they announced this because of everything that this does. It has programs. It uses full spectrum white light goggles, as well as binaural beats. And they have these little clips that you wear in your ears that send frequencies through to get to your vagus nerve. And then it's ran through this hub. That's why it's called the hub. And then it's connected to our software. And then let me just show this to you. So these are all things that the medical world has not been all that great or effective at dealing with because it's changing brain patterns. This literally helps the brain develop new neural pathways that will support health on the physical level and the emotional level. It addresses all of these, like every dependency. So think about the people who struggle with different kinds of dependencies and addictions. And I will tell you, I was a sugar and carb addict, and I'm 53. I started dieting when I was 10 years old. And I will tell you, and it took about 12 weeks for my new neural pathways to form and get set. So cocaine, the pattern for cocaine addiction in the brain is just like sugar. And the pattern for carb addiction is just like heroin. And so I will tell you, I did this every day. It takes about a half hour to run the program. And right after Thanksgiving the 12 weeks was over. And since then, I have not had a craving at all for sugar or carbs. So then I released another 30 pounds. And I'm going to tell you, this brought me through the holidays. It brought me through my birthday. Several honest people here earned the company cruise. I went on the company cruise and I didn't gain weight. Not only did I not gain weight, I lost 2.5 pounds because I didn't have sugar or carbs because I didn't want them. I've had some emotional roller coaster things happening in my personal life. And in the past, I would have totally had sugar. Like my go-tos were pizza and ice cream. And I haven't had either one and no desire for it, like no suffering. So when I'm telling you it rewires the brain to get rid of any addiction, it's the truth. It addresses, let me read some of these things on the physical level. Memory enhancement. Like think about the people that you know that can make a difference for this. My own mother passed before we had this technology. She had dementia and they call it the slow goodbye because it was, I would not wish that on anybody, and it's increasing and increasing. So this addresses memory enhancement, focus, concentration, insomnia, sleeping. I had a sleep disorder, and this is a very real thing because if you don't get sleep, you're missing out. I mean, that's a foundational component to our health. Fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, and it's not just fibromyalgia, it is actually all autoimmune diseases. They all have an unhealthy brain pattern. Chronic pain, headaches, migraines, sinus, weight control, hormone balance. Here's the thing that made me cry: autism. Autism is alarmingly and has been on the rise. In the medical world, they have no solutions for that. We have the solution for that. I'm telling you, this is like miracle technology. Parkinson's disease, muscular dystrophy, multiple sclerosis. And again, you don't hear about breakthroughs in the traditional medical model for this because it doesn't work. It's rewiring the brain. On the emotional level, anxiety. Oh my goodness, since 2020, anxiety has been out of control for the whole entire population. We have been stuck in fight or flight, and the anxiety has been through the roof. This, again, rewires the brain, and then it gives you the supportive frequencies to handle that. Depression, there's 3 depression settings because depression is wired differently for different types of depression. There's the hardwiring for moods, circumstances like grief, and medical side effects from drugs. It also addresses ADD and ADHD, reducing stress. Everybody would want that. Anger, fear, euphoria, sexual dysfunction in men and women, as well as bipolar, OCD, PTSD, and more. We also have a new device that just came out literally like 6 weeks ago called the RTMS, and it works through the hub as well. It works a little differently. There are little magnets that you put on a cap, and it brings the resources to the different parts of the brain. And whereas this takes 6 to 12 weeks for the rewiring of the brain, the RTMS helps a little faster. And I have a friend who actually had a stroke 5 weeks ago, and no one can believe. So I let her borrow my RTMS. No one can believe the results that she's getting because she went from being in ICU. I mean, it was very scary. Nobody wants to get a stroke, and to be able to walk without a walker in weeks, like a couple weeks. And so the brain technology that how we're partnering this brain technology with the frequencies technology, the world has not yet seen what we have. Wendy Brennan, who's on here, created this amazing testimonial site on Telegram. So you could go to t.me/AOScan testimonials, and you could read. I put the story about my friend and her stroke. That's on there, as well as some other amazing testimonials from the software. Mostly, it's incredible. So Einstein, pretty smart guy, said future medicine will be the medicine of frequencies, and I completely agree. I don't know about you, but this is where it is. If you have not yet received a complimentary inner voice session, that is something that we do for everybody that goes through the presentation. So contact the person who invited you to receive your complimentary inner voice session if you have not had that yet. Okay. So we talked earlier about this is the first and only personal wellness app that reprograms the mind, balances the emotion, optimizes the body, so you could live younger, longer, less than $5 a day. So you could be a preferred customer at $149 a month. Neither option has a contract with it. Or if you want to be like me, I actually earn money. I actually earn all of my income from this company. It's an annual $49 fee. Now, I have done lots of different traditional and non-traditional businesses. I had my own music studio for 25 years. It was more than $49 a year to get into that business. So to partner with us as a business owner, it is only an annual fee of $49. So to me, it's like, go ahead and do that too. That is a no-brainer because you're going to get amazing results and you're going to want to share it with people. So we also have a loyalty program for both preferred customers and so people who partner with us are called QLAs. We are Quantum Living Advocates. We have a loyalty program. So once you are with us for 3 months on any kind of subscription, which includes the software, or it could include the high frequency foods. Once you have a 3-month, every month that you've had the subscription, you're going to get a 30% off coupon that you could use for any of our products, which is amazing. So if you want to try other things, it's a beautiful, significant gift, especially if you want to try that infinity mat. 30% off adds up really quick. Let me just tell you. With the software, you get unlimited number of scans. We don't limit the number of scans you could run. We do not limit the number of people that you can put into your software. And we do not limit the number of Cephii playlists that you could create. So it is, I think it's the best money I spend every month. And let me just tell you, you have an income generator in your hands. I talked to you earlier about the supplement savings alone. Also, because at the one time a year $49 fee, you unlock over 480 tax benefits. It's going to pay for itself just for the tax write-offs alone. You can also build an additional revenue stream. I see clients that buy the software and I get paid that way as building the Solex team. And I also see clients that don't have the software, but they pay me to do the different scans. So there's 2 different ways to earn extra income there. I'm telling you, you could actually shift those limiting beliefs around income and abundance with our MindSync program. That alone is worth more than $149, unlocking and unleashing that. And one of the things I say is change your frequency, change your life. I would not live a day without this technology. It is foundational for how I create my life. So when the opportunity knocks, wouldn't you agree that being in the right place at the right time means everything? So this ends part 2. So now what we're going to talk about is if you're interested in learning to be a partner with Solex and use this technology for yourself and your loved ones, and maybe even sharing this with somebody, we're going to go into part 3. So I don't know about you, but I missed out on the growth opportunities of all of these companies on the screen. I didn't get into any of these things. So what if you, though, could get a second chance to be at the right place at the right time? Well, good news is now you can. So we are the first to market opportunity. That is called a blue ocean strategy. We are the first company that has ever entered this space that with the technology that we have. We are disrupting one of the world's biggest industries, which is healthcare. We have had 124% growth over the past 3 years. And over the past 2 years, it's been a 41% annual growth. So let me just tell you, what do you think the industry growth is? So we're at 41% annually the last 2 years. The industry growth, 6.4%. So if you're just a numbers person, you can see just maybe we are at the right place at the right time. So the question then becomes the 6 pillars of a sustainable business. Like, what do you want to look for when you are analyzing an opportunity? Okay. So you want to look at you. Like, what do you want? What's important to you? If health and wellness and making extra money and keeping a positive mental attitude, if those things are important to you, you're in the right place. You want to look at the industry. Like I said, we are in one of the world's biggest industries, which is health and wellness and healthcare. You want to look at the company. Do they have integrity? Do they have leading edge products? Yes, we do. You want to look at the services and the products themselves. You know, what kind of things are in the market? Like I said, Solex will not bring anything to the market unless it's better than it already is in the market. We have several products. Like there's other mats out there. There's other infinity ones, type of ones out there. There's other foot detoxes out there. Ours have better features. They're better built and they're more affordable than the ones that are on the market. Now that is a recipe for success. What kind of rewards do they have? I talked to you about the loyalty program. What kind of training do you have? I will tell you the company provides Solex University. The basic level of Solex University is free. Then there's additional training if you want to get deeper into the technology and the healthcare aspects of it. I work, so I lead this team, and we have a ton of, we do monthly or almost weekly calls. There's monthly calls for different categories of different types of training. There's going to be a slide at the end that'll show you our upcoming training. There is training every week the company offers on YouTube. I mean, there's lots of support, I guess is what I'm trying to tell you. We have a library of training, recorded videos. If you guys have a question and want additional training, we'll do it and record it and put that in the vault. So when you have all of these pillars in balance and they work in synergy, that is a model of success. So we talked about the company. We have team resources and support. We have weekly support on our YouTube on Wednesday nights at 7:30 Central. We have getting started training. We have biannual events. We have in the spring, we have our virtual conference. And then the fall in September, we have our in-person conference. I cannot wait. It's always in Salt Lake City. We have Solex University, like I said. We have mentoring. If you require additional mentoring and you really want to do this, not just just for you and your family, but want to share it. And then that's where our leadership training comes in. So you just need to decide, do you want to be a preferred customer, or do you want to spend the extra $49 and unlock all those benefits and be a QLA? I highly recommend QLA. We do not get paid extra on whether you are a PC or QLA. It does not cost you extra as far as the monthly cost of all the products. You get the same pricing for our software and the same pricing for our products. It just unlocks more opportunity. So you can just get the software. That's $149 a month. Now, when you enroll, they give you an opportunity to get other business tools at a huge discount. So that would be better. Like if there's good, better, and best, right? So good would just be getting the software. Better is getting some tools to go along with the software to make it a bigger impact. And then we also have those supplements, those high frequency food, as well as we have a whole supplement line. So again, the first order that you make, they have special discounts for you. We also have a compensation plan. Like I mentioned earlier, this company pays all my bills. Thank you, Solex. And so we have different bonuses. We have a liftoff bonus. We get 65% of all points off of a customer's very first order. We have a direct bonus, meaning 45% of all the points after that by our personally enrolled customers and QLAs, we get paid on 45%. So if you enroll somebody as another person that gets the software, you're earning a little bit over $50 a month. So it's at 3 and free. You get 3 people that are doing the software with you, then you're making actually more money than the $149 a month. We have every time you rank advance. So if you have 3 QLAs, then you've reached the rank of bronze. Now you're going to get a one-time bonus of $50, and then you're going to get a monthly bonus of $25. Those bonuses, the one-time bonuses and the monthly rank bonuses, get higher and higher as your team grows. We also get a pool bonus, an accelerator. I call it, that is the part I call profit sharing, because what happens is once all the basic commissions, so these commissions up here get paid out, then there's money left over, and then they split them up and we get shares based on the rank of the people that you're working with. So the higher ranked people get a bigger share. So, but as little as having 3 QLAs, you now have access to profit sharing in a company. I don't know of any company that gives profit sharing to someone with 3 people on their team. They're a very generous company. We also have a retail bonus. So if people just want to buy a big ticket item, let's say they just want to buy the mat, or they just want to get some supplements, and they're not sure if they want to stick with it every month, they pay a full retail price. You get the difference between the retail price and the QLA price. And then you also get the points on top of that. So that is our retail bonus. So I told you we have lots of training. This is our upcoming schedule for the next month. This Sunday night, we have our business building Zoom. I'm going to be talking about using AI in our business, in our industry. Then on Tuesday, next week, Tuesday night, we have social media training, actually by one of our QLAs, who it's going to be actually on TikTok. The following Tuesday, we have our Q&A Zoom. That's one of our favorites. We do not record, like the other things are recorded. Everything's recorded except for our Q&A. You want to be there live. You can ask any question you want, and people jump in, and it's just a great training. Then every month, Wendy delivers an amazing presentation on the science and history. The whole time is spent on the science and history of frequency wellness. So if you want to understand some of the technology and the history a little bit more, that's her presentation. She's incredible. And then I'll be doing the same presentation Thursday, June 19th. All of our presentations are on Zoom. We're at 7:30 Central Time. So I just want to be the first to thank you for being with us tonight and welcome you to our team. This was our leadership retreat that we were at last year. I'm over here, and Wendy's over here, and there's Lauren in the middle, and Kai and Shelby are over here. It is coming up. We're going to be headed out in June, the second week of June. So we'll have a new picture there soon. So thank you for listening. I'm going to stop the recording.